would think I care if they're gonna block the viewing of this channel or not. I really don't care. I'm just here to have a good time, like everyone else. So of course I play some songs. You know, the first song by Van Halen, Jump, right? So I'm running this weekend, yesterday as a matter of fact. It's my second day of going up the bump and grind, second day in a row. I do it almost every day. I try to. Today I have to take a rest only because I have to work late tonight all the way till midnight. But I'm down 22 pounds in 22 days, guys. And now, of course, I get all the stock talk in the world that I can. I try to take it all in. I'm reading every headline I can, looking up SEC filings. You guys saw Connecting the Dots Part 23 that I put out yesterday. I did Connecting the Dots 23.5 just right now as I was driving in the truck, only because I saw a tweet that popped me off. And I'll explain all that to you guys in a minute. But I'm running up this mountain, right? I'm just going, and hey guys, Jackson Brown. That's what I listen to when I'm running on empty. That's the name of the song. There's also another song called Doctor in My Eyes. There's so many other songs that have like this cadence, this beat to it, and it's just Doctor in My Eyes. And I'm just like, tell me what is wrong. And I'm just like running, bro. And then a slow song will come on and then I'll change it. I'll be like, boom. Next thing you know, it was Van Halen Jump. And I jumped my ass up that damn mountain. That's what I did. But it got me going. I mean, the beat, the cadence, everything. I don't know. I used to work out to rap music. I used to work out to slow songs. I've worked out to a lot of things in my life. But right now, classic rock, 80s rock, 70s, even the singer-songwriter stuff, that stuff gets me going right now. So 3 Dog Night, I'm there. I'm cruising right now because I'm living in a moment. And the moment I'm living in right now is reflection. And I'm going to explain it to you guys best way I can. And we're going to talk about the market. We're going to talk about everything. That's what this show is about. I know people think Marantz Rantz, like if I'm yelling all the time. It's not that. Over the pace of this show, 2 years plus, I've changed. I've changed my delivery. I've changed my ideas. It's changed me because I'm more reflective on what is important to me, right? My health, my family. Yes, the stock, I want it to run. I want it to be great. I don't have to get rich tomorrow. I go back to work, I create wealth, and then of course I see it flourish. And I hope you guys are seeing it too. The movement that is GameStop, it just embodies me to a full. Like honestly, guys, all the work that Matthew Furlong does, Ryan Cohen, the fact that they make no announcements, it's a blessing to me. Because I want to see the work. I want to see the results. I don't want the lip service. I don't want you to sell me on a dream. I don't want you to tell me something. Don't sell me, guys. And if you're going to sell me, then give me the ultimate, right? Like, I give you this example. There's people out there that want to hear the doomsday theories. The world's going to end. The government's going to crumble. The stock market's going to burn. Doomsday, doomsday, doomsday. But what's the dream? What are we selling here? And for me personally, what am I putting out there? Well, the fundamentals. That's it, the balance sheet. How I get excited about a $49 million increase from quarter to quarter, which was really a $200 million swing that no one wants to talk about for a company that's supposedly failing or it's terrible, it's not this, it's not that. I'm just like, you guys are crazy, man. You want me to sell you a dream? I don't have to sell you anything. I'm just telling you what I'm buying. But I let those fundamentals, I let all of it speak for itself. And that's where I come out with me, right? Like, I don't have to sell you on what I do for a living, where I come from, none of that. The cloth that I'm cut from is the same as yours. It's called hard work, determination, and selfless service for this nation. You see that flag in the back. And shout out to Oliver's Papa. I saw his video today, and he said, Old Glory and how they treat her. Let me tell you, whenever I see a flag at night and doesn't have a light on it, it rubs me the wrong way. I went to my niece's graduation last week, and they go, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Not only did I stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and say it out loud, they go, remain standing for the national anthem. And I saw 2 idiots that refused to take off their sunglasses and their hat backwards, looking around, thinking they're cool. And I'm like, this is the generation I'm stuck with. This is the parents that are standing right next to this kid, telling him not to take off his hat because he was afraid of the way his hair looks. Let me tell you guys something. You take off that hat. Take off that space helmet and you do whatever you can to stand up tall for what that is. Because the reason why we get to sit back and enjoy this beautiful country, running water, shopping market full of food, all the things you take for granted, cell phones, internet, and electricity, is because somebody sacrificed their time on a line, on a fence line, somewhere. Someone's done it. So that's why I stand up tall. Memorial Day is just that for me. I remember everybody that I've ever served with. And if they passed away, you know what? There you go. Pat on the back. Thank you so much for your service. But they made the ultimate sacrifice. So you better get your ass up. That's the point. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm looking at the fundamentals of a company. I think it's great, and now I'm going to tell you why. Right? It's not just the doomsday. It's not just what we dodge. You know, I sit here all the time and I tell you the stock market and avoid Carvana, avoid Mullins, avoid, well, right now somebody just told me Victoria's Secret. Are you kidding? I can show you all the companies that have ties to private equity and why I avoid them, and because they actually have a major influence. And then I go look at somebody like GameStop, where venture capitalists came in, put money on the line, and they say, you know what, I think this company's going to be great. Same thing with Palantir and any other company you can think of, but the two have to align. Okay, I'm going to explain something to you guys. This was something that I talked about yesterday on the phone with my buddy, and he was like, what are you talking about? Warren Buffett and why we should follow what he's doing, or Charlie Munger, and why would we follow them? They sold Costco stock. That's what he tells me. And I go, you know what, you're right, they did. Because it didn't align with what they're doing in life. Their timeline is up. They're 92, 98 years old. Who knows what they're going to take to the grave with them? But what I'm buying, remember, I'm 40 years old, guys. I'll tell you everything about me. I'm 40 years old. That means I still have 40 years of runway left on me. That means I need to find a company that I want to run with. And Costco's forever for me. But so is GameStop, because I'm a gamer, and gamers are born every day. I probably spent 12 hours gaming yesterday. You're playing with my cousins. We're on the mic. We're talking. We're having a good time, catching up in life. That's what we do. But to pass that time, we're gaming. And you ask yourself, how much time do you put into gaming? And if you don't, well, there's other people that do. There's more gamers than there are GameStop investors. So that's a good thing. I'd rather be that. I'd rather be that than the opposite of another company that I can think of who go and watch movies, woke movies as it is. I didn't even know Little Mermaid was woke. I had no idea that the lead actress was of color. I had no idea. I saw her on American Idol. I saw her sing. I was like, damn, she has a good voice. She's probably a great actress. Did I care what she was, skin color? No, not at all. It made no sense. I don't give a shit. I want to see a good movie. I don't know if it's good yet. I'll watch it bootleg. I won't pay for it. But I don't support Disney that way. There's just no way. There's no way. But I will tell you something. You pick and choose your battles here. So for me personally, I know the whole downfall of what could be, right? Retail companies. And I'm going to tell you something. If you're invested in a GameStop, and just like I told my buddy the other day when he says, what should I buy? Marantz, is it NVIDIA? Is it, he said something else. He said Marvel. And I was like, I never even heard of Marvel. And yet that's all I'm hearing right now. Matthew Kors talked about it this morning. And then my buddy was talking about it. I'm like, oh, they're pushing another semiconductor company out. This is what the route they want to go. But NVIDIA, I only know them because of graphic cards. I really don't know what they're doing on the AI front. I don't go study the company. That's not me. That's not me. I am a retail guy. I understand retail. I shop retail. Or my wife does, but I understand the business model. So I buy things that I know. And that's what I cater to. And that's what the information I give. So when I hear somebody push out like Victoria's Secret, it blows my mind. So, oh, hell no, you can't do that here. Because they'll tell you it's the old way of thinking. And can I give you the example, guys? Check this out. They go, yeah, they made $400 million. They made $400 million. Of course, that's a profitable company. And I'm like, but they used to make $800 million the previous year. So from one year to the next, they lost 50% of their income. And you don't think that's a problem? You don't think the stock price warrants a 50% decline? It was at $40 a share when they were buying a share buyback program. They only have $400 million cash on hand, and they bought $250 million worth of shares. That's a recipe for disaster. It means you have no cash on hand, and your debt's $1.2 billion. All of this, who cares? Remember the dream. Remember the direction we're going. For me personally, I want to put my kids through college. And on my dime, yes. But I also want to give them a gift when it's all said and done. I want to put my kids in a home as a wedding gift. In my mind, when can I do that? With my own money? Sure. But that investment I'm making into GameStop, is that going to pay for that? Who knows? Who knows? But I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave them something. I'm going to leave them this little castle that I bought. I'm going to leave them whatever's there in the brokerage account, because I live. All those people who claim they live for their children, I live for you. I'll die for you. Oh, yeah? Try me. I could die tomorrow, guys. I lived a good life. I had a good run. Yeah, 40 years is a little too young, but I tell you, I've traveled, I've explored, and I've nurtured and taught. That's all I've done. The legacy's there. It's there in 1,400 videos? Maybe my kids will watch these one day and they'll understand what Dad was doing with his time. But my son trips out. We're driving. I'm making a video, and he goes, Dad, how'd you get all those stats in your head like that? I was like, I don't know. I read it somewhere. You should read too. You should do your own due diligence. But the dream is, what do you get to do with the money you put in? What is it? What is it that you're in it for? Did you pick a spot to get out of the company, out of the investment? Because if you didn't, well, then you're me. I didn't pick a spot, guys. I'm sorry to break it to people who don't believe this. I didn't pick a spot, an exit point for GameStop. I put money in and I don't expect it back. Every time I transfer money over to Fidelity or to T. Rowe Price, whatever it may be, I don't expect the money back. It's gone. It's gone from me and it's put away for a rainy day. And guess what? I live in the desert and I don't care about rain. That's where I'm at. That's how hot it is for me. Now, what am I paying attention to and why am I talking about it in backwards way? Because you think about the unemployment rate. Okay. I told you guys, I'm not making this up. I told you this a year ago. I said, when I see the unemployment rate plummet, then I'll understand the market. Remember, everything's tied to unemployment rate. If you guys don't believe that, you guys just don't know what macroeconomics are. And I'll explain this to you. And I saw it firsthand. I lived it firsthand, 2007, 2008, 2009. When I was selling advertising, I told you the market dried up because housing crisis crashed and crumbled everything. Therefore, no one was hiring anymore. And when you're not hiring, then I don't have advertising because that was the sector that I was working in. So you couldn't hire anybody. What happens when you don't have a job, guys? You lose your home. What happens when you lose your home? You're not buying furniture. You're not buying cars. You're not buying anything. So all the individuals who sell furniture, cars, now they lose their home. And it's rinse and repeat. And no one's going out to restaurants anymore. And so that's what you're up against. So when you look at unemployment numbers, and don't be confused by Nevada. Nevada's the #1 state in the whole damn country that has their unemployment rate at like 5%. Oh, no, let me know when the country's at 5%. Then I'm going to show you an opportunity where people could be making real investments. Because at this point in time, everyone's sitting on their cash. Everyone's waiting for Silicon Valley, Seattle, Portland, that whole side, the West Coast, to go ahead and dry up. And why? Because everybody, big tech, right? Big tech laid off everybody. Amazon laid off everybody, Microsoft, Google, you name it, but they're still paying severance packages. And until they stop paying severance packages and people stop getting money, then it'll dry up. And what happens, guys? What's the crutch to it all? Finance for the world, right? Doomsday, you guys ready? This is how it happens. Unemployment rate comes in, and then marriages get stressed because of financials. Then people get divorced. And then when they get divorced, they sell the house. That's just what you do. Hey, babe, you can leave. You can leave. You move out. I'll move out. That's fine. We'll split it down half. I can afford this. You can afford that. You're paying me alimony and child support. I can't pay it. I don't have a job. Guess what? That is the country we live in, that we've lived in the last 20, 30 years. I grew up in it. My folks went at it. Sure, everybody's folks went, but guess what? They're still together, still making it work. They figured it out somehow, some way, because when people lose jobs and things get more expensive, they get stressed, and then they have to sell their assets. So I'm asking you, how bad does this have to be before people start selling their blue chip stocks? It's going to happen. People are losing their jobs. And the only one, and when I say don't let Nevada fool you, because Nevada's in a recovery. Nevada is recovering from COVID. When the whole industry of the state, with the exception of HYMC mining company, with the exception of that company that doesn't exist, but the entertainment and hospitality sector got hit rock bottom. Therefore, distressed credit investors jumped in and started buying everything. And if you don't know that and what they're doing with that via timeshares, and now you're back up and popping, and now the world's going again, and we have conventions, and I saw Comic-Con, and I saw BlizzCon, and YouTube convention. No, don't fool me yet. Don't fool me yet. They're still recovering. That's why that number's at 5. But it could be lower, but look at every other state in the whole damn union. Look at them, guys. They're eventually going to pop, and when they do pop, it's going to have a ripple effect on the market. It's so easy to plan out the housing market. You and I can guess housing. You guys ready? Watch this. Housing market today topped out at 7%. That was yesterday, actually. Over 7% APR. And everyone's going to tell you, well, you know, the 7% interest on a fixed rate 30-year loan, that's really high. 2000 and I want to say 2004, I believe. Somewhere in that range, real close. Bought a house in Georgia, 7%. I walked in, they go, hey, by the way, closing costs, another $1,000. Right at the day of signing. Was I going to say no? They knew I had $100,000 in the bank. Military, right? Oh yeah, I got $100,000 in there, being deployed all these years. Me and my ex-wife, well, you need another $1,000? Here you go. No problem. Didn't know, didn't care. It was just money. Think about how many uneducated buyers are out there. I just saw my buddy buy a new car yesterday, posted all over Facebook. And I'm just looking at myself, you just bought a new car? The interest rates are sky high and you bought a new car. You couldn't make it with one of your buckets. You couldn't just take a bus. Oh no. We got to keep up with the time. This is the time. When they tell you it's the time, I've waited so long for this day to announce that we finally got this. What the hell are you talking about? Have you ever sat back and seen a wealthy man go like this? I was thinking about buying a house, but I'm going to wait till the market comes down. Because the easiest thing to predict is housing. Oh, it's easy, guys. Let me tell you, you don't have to make hey, it's going to go down in 3 years. No, you don't have to do it that way. It's going to come down in 2 years. No. Wait till it comes down. Just wait. Oh, there. I see it. It's very visual. You can't do that with the stock market, guys. That's what I'm telling you. If you're a stock market guru, if you're the guy like us where we're actually doing the due diligence and we see it rip, you see GameStop at $24.08 today. What the hell? $24. We called this 2 weeks ago. I have the trend line to prove it. You guys go look at this trend line and you tell me. All right. And I'm going to show you because we drew this weeks ago. We didn't make this shit up. I'm not even joking with you, but here you go. And excuse my language. I don't mean to say the S word. But this is so good. Look at this trend line here. This blue line is something we drew and we're running right through it, guys. It's looking great. So why couldn't we put more money toward it when it was $18 and I'm feeling great about this and I'm still buying and we're in Discord that night and we're talking about it. I said, hey guys, listen, this thing's not coming down. It's a V recovery. It's going to go straight up. Are we that confident? Absolutely. Why? Because the company makes sense, right? But this is hard to predict. Every stock out there, it's hard to predict for people. Or is it? Are we just selling nightmares? Or are we going to start selling dreams? That's what I'm asking you. I run my country the same way, and the way I run my household and the way I run my investment. I'm not president, and I could run for president. Let me tell you, it'll be a damn nightmare. And why? Because the only guy I can go up against is Trump. Trump's a professional talker. He's really good. He's really good because he has a way of explaining things, and I don't think people understand the love and the infatuation of it. It's you can tell people something, but when you show them and you do it, that's when they become believers. And I'm telling you, AMC stock, Bed Bath & Beyond, all the other companies that we've talked about, Carvana and Mullins, and there's probably some other ones that I can't remember right now, but we've talked about companies in detail. We said, stop giving me lip service, start showing what you do. This is a company, this is an investment that's going to make your life different. It's going to change it. And it's not because I'm some oh, you're a cult. Really, Data Zero? That's his name, right? Zero Data. I don't know his name anymore. But I'm just telling you, this guy said the SPY's going to come crashing down this week. By the way, the SPY, all-time highs, at 3-year highs right now, going wild on the SPY. But there you go, 420 already. Touched up to 422. Look at this nonsense on the SPY. And you're going to tell me that this was coming down today. No, it's not. 422.99 in the pre-market. It's a leg up. You might think this is trending downward. What do you say, 412, 410? These guys can't predict things, and they're day traders. They're by the day, and it doesn't work that way. Let's go ahead and look at AMC, which I called, and I told you it was coming down. I absolutely told you it's taking a step down. This is not jump. This is not going to be what you want it to be. This stock keeps going downward. Be aware that Memorial Day numbers were not what you think they were. Let's go ahead and look at it really quick. This is going to be the daily on domestic box office numbers. And as we look at Memorial Day, where they can tell you it was 39 million, 49 million, 53 million, look at the percentage difference, 6.5% down, 7.5% down, 14% down. It is not up, it is down. You can't beat Doctor Strange. You can't beat Top Gun from last year. What do you think's about to happen? And I know you see green on the right-hand side because that's versus last week. That's not hard to beat out last week. Don't even get me started on Friday, the day of, the 26th. You have one day at 694%, and that's the day everyone's popping off. Did you see what Friday did? Yeah, I did see what Friday did. But did you see what this day did? Did you see what this day did? This one again. All of the previous week right here, Guardians of the Galaxy lost 38, 26, 26, 32, 27, 28, 57. That's how much you're losing per day. You had $6 million put in on a Thursday on the 18th, and that's Guardians of the Galaxy. How about Fast X, Fast and Furious times, or I don't know what part it is, maybe 45. They were doing $40 million on a Friday. By that same Wednesday, Thursday, they're at $8 million. The domestic box office number is so far down than what people want to admit to you. And guess what I'm doing? I'm just looking at them saying, oh, I told you so. It's going to happen, guys. And I know you guys want to look at it more. We can do the monthly. How about we do the monthly? I'll do the monthly because guess what? The month is over. Okay. The month of May. There's 31 days in the month of May. They have one more day, guys. And did they beat out last year? 785 versus 737. No, they didn't beat out last year. And you couldn't. That was Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange. I don't know why Adam Aaron in his annual whatever said it 4 times. I don't know why. But according to them, that meant that it was going to go 4 times X, whatever it was. I'm letting you know exactly where you're at. That's what I'm telling you. And the fact that you're only doing $737 million for the month of May, when you used to do $1 billion domestic box office, that means you're missing 30%. 30% at domestic box office. And you let me know exactly how movies are back. But I'll stay out of it. I will, because I'm the doomsday guy. I'm not the dream guy, right? I'm going to be the dream guy today. I'm going to show you what GameStop is. I'm going to tell you what GameStop is. And it feels great. GameStop, $23.69 right now, looking great on the chart, $23.71 as it goes back and forth. I will get to the chat. We'll talk about more. I have so much to say, obviously, but not enough time in my day to do it. I wanted to go do listen, I owe it to my wife to do the dishes, to go ahead and get some laundry going, and to get my ass to work on time, and throw the trash, and feed the cats, and do the cat litter boxes. You name it, I do it all. Or do I? Maybe she's doing the other part. Maybe she's the one cooking and feeding and doing the best for this damn family, because this family wouldn't be upright. So shout out to wifey for doing that. I have to get up in a minute. I have to go handle something. I'm coming right back. Don't worry. I will be back. And give me 10 seconds. I want to make sure I have everything going. All right, we're good. I'll be right back, guys. Enjoy the chart. Enjoy the chat. I'll get to the chat when I come back. Peace.